Yes, I'm cutting on something to save it. That's how we're doing this. Well, today's gonna start off as a weird one because I didn't plan to do... I have no plan, to be honest, so we're gonna be working on this. You see a bunch of new stuff. Actually, some of the stuff is from a video that's already done and edited from before this, but I'll probably put this video out first, then that video. Like I said, no plan. Yeah, so 64 progress, been going great. Just redoing a bunch of things, adding a bunch of parts to it, which this is all we'll see later. But today's random. We had a Honda Pilot for a long time that's just been sitting. The wife's, she doesn't want it anymore, and we don't really use it. We were talking about selling it and just, doing whatever. A family member has been having some car issues. Figured, we'll help you out. We'll give you the Pilot, and we'll take your piece of crap in return, because I can then just use that for some content and some, stuff like that. So today's a rescue mission, because it's kind of broken and I kind of got to get it home. I should just tow it, but I figured let's make a YouTube video out of it. So one, we need like a bag or something. That was a good clip to you? Yeah, so the things that we're going to bring that you wouldn't traditionally expect are extension cord and a Sawzall. Foreshadowing, yeah? With that though, I guess we're going to go pick this up. Yeah, next clip you should see will be it. It's just a very sporadic, random, let's go do something and bring something home. Yes, I'm cutting on something to save it. That's how we're doing this. We're starting it off with a chop, and then we'll go over it once we limp it home. Find out, a little bit about it and the plans. But let's make a cut first. Okay, I have no... Oh, hey, it's going to be all zoomed in. Yeah, we're driving it. It's not making the worst noises. We'll get home, explain what it is and all the things about it, but here's a hint. It's a Toyota. We'll talk about it and what the plans are, and if I make it home. Oh, I'm in four-wheel drive. My bad. Trying to shift a manual transmission and talk and not ram the mic into stuff. It's working real great. I'll see you guys in a minute. So like we saw, broken IFS axle, and after about an hour of me trying to cut the nuts off because they are seized in place, I got 2 of them out of the 6, gave up, threw a little bit of baling wire on the shock and on the axle, which you can't really see. You can see it right there. Oh, there you can. And yeah, that bound it in place, used that to hold it back, and just threw it in 4 high and drove all the way home. Okay, 4Runner. Why? Well, content. One reason. Well, major reason, I guess. Something to do with the upcoming winter, even though it's the middle August, end August. Gives us a little bit of time to SAS it, obviously. Quick straight axle swap because clear as day that broken front axle, just not something I'm going to deal with. I'm not putting another independent front suspension piece under that because I'll just go out and break it. while the dogs sit there and fight next to me. I'm not going to mess with that at all for the next few videos, the next coming time whatsoever. I might daily it around a little bit. The baling wire thing with it in 4 high actually engages the axle enough. It doesn't make a bunch of noise, surprisingly, even though I can flop it around like that. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, it's something for the family. I can throw the kids in the back. I can throw the wife in it. It has heat. It's not beat up and ugly. Not saying blue is any of that, but I also can smash that thing into a tree and not necessarily care as bad. It is 3.4 swapped instead of a 3.0 because I would never have anything with a 3.0. I had that same exact body style it's going on like 10 years ago now, probably like 7 years ago, but I had a 22 RE and I loved it. I drove that to and from Canada a bunch of times, wheeled the crap out of it. That thing was just welded diff and was my baby. So plans with this thing, straight axle, welded diff, and send it. I mean, have a bunch of fun. But instead of a Rambletron, this was just a saving the 4Runner and now saving the C10. So over the last few days, I have actually had to replace every single brake line in this thing, dealing with brake issue after brake issue after brake issue, trying to figure out why it had no pressure. And this is why it had no pressure whatsoever, is the soft line's completely clogged. And then after changing all that out, I swear this thing, the master was perfect, and then suddenly it wasn't. So threw this thing on the ground and we went ahead, Amazoned us a savior. Quick little AC Delco replacement, and I'm gonna go ahead, bench bleed this thing out real quick, get it installed, bleed the brakes, and see if the truck will drive. Maybe. I mean, it's always driven, but it's never really stopped. And now that we have a door handle, we have a seat, better looking bumpers and all this, I want to start a little bit of progress on the truck to actually get it to a point where we can daily drive it, or I should say, I'm not going to daily drive it, so the wife can daily drive it, to and from work when she wants to. It has heat, it has wipers, it has everything, 5.3, 4L60, bags. I mean, it's the works. So why not get this thing that little, it's the last, 20% until it's ready. So throw the master on, bleed the brakes, probably see if I can secure that ECU a little bit better because it's been flopping around. But then do a quick around the block with the wife before we end the video out. I don't know. Let's just do a time lapse of getting the stupid brake master on and see what happens. Alright, after a wonderful fiasco there, I'm still, I don't know, I'm not quite happy with the rear brakes, but we have rear brakes now. Yeah, gonna seal it up all, wife is in there. I'll hand the camera over to her in a second. We're gonna go around the block and see how this is. Still not 100%, need to double check a couple things, but we'll see what it's like and pray this thing is one step closer to being daily driven. Like I said, We have a fan, we have carpet, we have a bunch more goodies to throw in. We have a bunch of stuff on that table and a few more boxes that are showing up tomorrow. But for now, this is just a quick into the saving 4Runner and lap around the block. Pray this thing actually works. Oh wow! Feels like it actually has brakes. Give it a second, let it warm up. I gotta be an asshole and stop and take a picture of it for a thumbnail, obviously. Drive half bad. From what I remember in the brown S10, which is this is all from, second slips. Yep. Okay. So we do need a new transmission at some point. But for right now, everything seems great. We definitely gotta stop and take a cold thumbnail. It has no brake lights or turn signals, I just realized that.
Our anti-theft device. Clutch pedal with no clutch.
Yeah, millennials are scared. A 5-speed that's not a 5-speed. What do you do? Ah. See, now they're all spongy again. Wonder if we should have bled them with it on, so it had vacuum. I can't see it all, so I don't want to go forward. Oh, it's all mad at us. Oh, I can't see you. Oh, you want me to let you out?
Yes, please.
That tire doesn't smell good either. It works. Let's see if it will start back up because it's all hot. There's so much smoke everywhere from that, but that's the way you end a video out, right? With that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do the usual. You know how it is. Help the algorithm. I got more on the way, so stay tuned. Average Joe Builds, we're out of here.